Viktor Gyökeres has been linked again to Arsenal, as well as Alexander Isak has apparently declined a contract renewal and extension of £200,000 a week. Now, Arsenal have been linked to number nines for quite a long time now. And you've got two Swedish strikers at the moment in fine form. Viktor Gyökeres of Sporting Lisbon, Alexander Isak of Newcastle United. And this divides the Arsenal fan base like any other transfer story. But the number 9 kind of feels like right now they're missing piece to what they need to go on to win a league title. Kai Havertz has come in and done a good job so far. He's got around 20 goals so far in an Arsenal shirt since he's been there, with plenty of assists. But they need a killer in the box. So let's break it down. Who is the better option for Arsenal? Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are closing in on 31,000 subscribers, 230 away. So make sure you get down and hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to start with Alexander Isak because I think of the two strikers, in terms of overall footballing ability, I think Viktor Gyökeres probably is the better signing. But we're going to start with Alexander Isak. Moved from Real Sociedad to Newcastle a few years ago for around £70 million. His record in a Newcastle shirt is 78 games, 40 goals, and 7 assists. He's also played for Borussia Dortmund and Real Sociedad, as well as a couple of other teams. His career record is 293 games, 122 goals, and 26 assists. He's got 1 goal in 6 games in the Champions League for Dortmund and Newcastle. He's got 3 goals in 17 games in the Europa League. So not the best of records. 23 games in the Champions League and the Europa League combined and only 4 goals, 0 assists in that time. His record in the Premier League, however, is much better. 35 goals in 61 games with 6 assists. He predominantly, is a number 9. He's got a fantastic first touch, lovely link-up play. He's got a bit of a flair to him, a bit of a poacher in and around the box. When you look at his numbers this season, and you compare that to other number 9s in and around Europe, his numbers aren't as good as Gyokeres is in the Europe and in league format. But of course, he is playing, you would argue, in a much, much tougher league. But this is where lots of fans look at Alexander Isak and think maybe, he comes in and wins us a league title. That season of 21 goals in 30 games, 23 goal contributions in 30 is absolutely obscene. It's a ridiculous record. Then when you look at his numbers in the League Cup, he's played 7 games and got 2 goals. And there's his Champions League record of 5 games and 1 goal. So that's his record overall in a Newcastle shirt. He's got 35 goals for Newcastle with 5 assists since he's been in the Premier League. And this is his 3rd season now where he's got 4 in 9. When you look at him, his numbers per 90, if you go on FB Ref and you break it down, his assists per game, his shots per 90, they aren't on the same level as a Viktor Gyökeres, like I said, but he is playing in a much, much more difficult league. Now, I do want to talk about the financial side of things, of what this potentially could cost Arsenal, because Alexander Isak has been linked to a move away for around 100 to 120 million pounds was what the asking price was for him from Newcastle. He's valued at around 70 million euros. He's left that big move from of course, Sociedad, joins Newcastle in a big Saudi turned takeover, and they were supposed to go out there and spend money. Of course, due to the Premier League rules and PSR rules, they can't go out and drop hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. So what does Alexander Isak do? Does he wait out for a move? Does he sign a new contract? Is he worth around the £100 million, which is what a lot of the reports are coming out there and saying? I think £100 million is a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money, but the striker market overall isn't as broad and there isn't as many options out there as there was maybe 10, 12 years ago when you look at what Alexander Isak could. I think Alexander Isak will 100% walk into that Arsenal team and score bags and bags and bags of goals. Or do they go for a guy who is older by a couple of years? You know, reports coming out that Newcastle have a £100 million price tag on Isak's head. Or do they go out and sign Viktor Gyökeres, who this season and last season, since he's been in a Sporting shirt, has been a monster. Has been an absolute monster. His record in a Sporting shirt is stupidly good. Stupidly good. 68 games for Sporting, 66 goals and 19 assists, 85 goal contributions in 68 games. Now, to give some more context about that, because you're probably thinking, yeah, it's League of Portugal, he's not that great, etc. if you don't know who he is. His record in the Champions League and the Europa League. 4 games, 5 goals in the Champions League. 5 goals, 2 assists in 9 games, a 7 GA9 in the Europa League. Absolutely tore Manchester City to shreds. Tore them to shreds. Has a relatively good record in the Championship as well for Coventry and Swansea of 41 goals and 15 assists in 110 games. Now, Fabrizio Romano first linked Arsenal to Benjamin Sesko. He was their first choice. Now, what do we think with regards to Benjamin Sesko? Do you guys think he comes in? I had this debate on the Football Terrace. I think he is a lot better than people give him credit for. Yes, he hasn't had the best starts of season, starts to this season. Yes, you could argue he's not the main number 9 at Leipzig. They've got that had Openda. He's got 3 goals in 9 games. It's not the best. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not the best. I genuinely think Arsenal have to get this right. I personally think Viktor Gyökeres is the main guy. Fabrizio Romano first linked them to Benjamin Sesko, and there's a lot of links out there with regards to Alexander Isak. Now, if you look at actual price side of things, Benjamin Sesko is available for around £50 million. Alexander Isak is available for around £100 million. And Viktor Gyökeres is available for around 70 million euros. I think Viktor Gyökeres is by far I think personally, because of his all-round game, because of his goal-scoring ability, he should be the one they sign. His record in League of Portugal is absolutely ridiculous. It is stupidly good. 16 goals this season in 11 games, 29 goals and 10 assists in 33 last season, 39 GA in 33 in League of Portugal. His stats per 90, I want to see if I can compare his to Alexander Isak. I think FBref website might actually be down at the moment while I'm trying to bring this up. But overall, I think Gyokeres is the better option, cheaper option. Now, I had this debate the other day. If Isak is available for around £120 million in January, is it more beneficial to go out and sign a Benjamin Sesko and a winger? And one of the wingers that keeps getting brought up is Nico Williams. Now, he, again, hasn't had the best of starts to the season with Bilbao. I think he's got 1 goal or 2 goals in 1 goal, 1 assist in 11. Last year, 5 goals, 11 assists in 31. Had a really good record in the Copa del Rey last year. Won the Copa del Rey with Bilbao. But who do Arsenal sign? Who do Arsenal sign? I personally think Gyokeres should be the guy. I think he, you know, there's a lot of links going out there. You know, Gyokeres is declined, you know, links to Man United. Barcelona are apparently out of the race. You know, do you guys think that Gyokeres, you know, joins Arsenal? I think, you know, the dream squad from an Arsenal perspective, 100% would be Nico Williams and Gyokeres. But how much financial backing do the Cronkies give Arteta? They're already 700 to 800 million pounds into this squad, but this is the final piece, the number 9. You know, this is an article saying what a dream window could look like, and that's of course linking Nico Williams and Gyokeres. And then basically says that it will be a crucial signing. The January transfer window may be a decent opportunity to improve the squad. I personally think if Gyokeres is going to leave, it's going to be in January. I think Newcastle and Sporting would be bonkers, absolutely mad to let either of these go this upcoming January window. I personally think that right now, where Arsenal are at in terms of their league form, the number 9 has to be a big improvement on this Arsenal squad. It has to be. You know, in terms of where they are in the league right now, that they've scored less goals than Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Brighton, Spurs. You know, they need to bring a killer in who can 100% come in and bag goals. You know, you look at where they are in the league. If they bring in a Viktor Gyökeres or an Isak in January, I would back Arsenal to be right back in this title race. You know, they are 9 points behind Liverpool. If Liverpool get a good result against Southampton this upcoming weekend, Tottenham get a good result against Manchester City this upcoming weekend, all of a sudden, you know, Liverpool extend that gap to around, you know, I would say if Liverpool beat City and Spurs beat City, you're looking at 15 points or 14 points, whatever it will be. But Arsenal have got to bring in a striker. They have to bring in a striker. You look at their upcoming fixtures, it's not going to be an easy run for them. They got Forest, Sporting Lisbon, West Ham, Manchester United, Fulham, Monaco, Everton, Crystal Palace. Fulham away is going to be tough. West Ham away is going to be tough, especially if West Ham sack their manager. Forest, this Saturday is going to be a tough game for them as well. You know, but let me know your thoughts down below. I'd be really interested to see how Arsenal get on in these 8 games and what the reaction is going to be like in the fan base. I do not think Arsenal, I think personally, Sporting, I think, will beat them. I think they beat West Ham. Man United, who knows with Ruben Amorim, how he's going to get on. Monaco as well, tough game. Fulham away, tough game. Look, they bring a number 9 in, a lot of their problems are solved. If they don't, and Liverpool and City keep extending their gap, who knows? Make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I am